Welcome, Collective, to Timeless Energy. Okay, I'm Barbara. This is a general timeless reading. This is entertainment purpose only. If it does not resonate, please do not make it fit. Watch out for scammers in the comment section below. This is my disclaimer. It's not me. Thank you for liking, subscribing, for your comments, and for your donations. Anything that helps my channel grow. Okay. Oops. That over there a little bit. Okay, first of all, I'm going to pull one of the runes oracle. I don't know how good the lighting is. Okay, but we need one of the runes oracle. Let's see what the message is to start our read today with our timeless energy. One of the runes oracle. One of the runes oracle for timeless energy. One of spirit guide me, spirit guide me, spirit guide me. There we go. Okay. Our runes oracle. Kanaz. Forgive me for the pronunciation. If I'm not doing it right, you can leave a comment about that. On the symbol, this is the flame, the convalescence, the opening, the mastery of regeneration through the death. It is the rune of the artist, the craftsman, and the magician. And there is our rune message for today. We're going to set that right there. Set that right there. Okay, timeless energy. We do a 3 cards. 3 cards. Spirit guide me, or timeless energy. Spirit guide me for timeless energy. Spirit guide me, timeless energy. Spirit guide me, and these are metallic, they're very hard to see in the lighting. Okay, I have the 3 of Cups, and I'm going to set that right there. Normally I flash these cards around. A few readings back, I suddenly decided that I'm kind of making it hard for you to follow me. So I'm going to point at them, or try, instead of flashing them around. We have 2 more cards for our timeless energy today. 2 more cards for our timeless energy today. 2 more cards for our timeless energy. The Sun. Okay, we have the Sun right there. I need 1 more card. Let's see if we got the right angle here. The camera. Okay, 1 more card. 1 more card for the timeless energy. 1 more card. 1 more card, spirit guide me. 1 more card, spirit guide me. 1 more card, spirit guide me. And what I have here is the Judgment card. And we'll set that right there. Okay. Okay, let's look at what we have here. I like to look at the chakra energies. I don't know if anybody else uses them, but if there's a synchronicity of some kind with the chakras, I do like to point that out. Our first card here is the 3 of Cups. and the chakra is your third eye. Now, third eye is, for the most part, intuitive energy of intuitive. My favorite way of expressing the third eye is not just intuitive, but that you trust your intuition. There are other definitions for the third eye. Your imagination is very active. You could change your mind very easily, just for an example. I honestly do not have the chakras memorized, but I like to kind of give you a general idea of how diversified that can be. Now, the Three of Cards is upright. It could be healing. It could be compromise. Or it could be finding a resolution to a problem. Now, the good energy of a third card, Three of Cups energy, with the third eye is a Mercury energy with this card, which is communication. Virgos and Geminis both are ruled by Mercury, but Mercury is essentially communication. And the Three of Cups is Cancer energy. Now, the time period for Cancer is between the 21st of June and the 22nd of July. Cancer energy is an introvert. It's ruled by the moon. It could include shrewd, secretive, never forgiving, or forgetting, for that matter. Cancer is a very caring energy. Very, very strong, caring energy. But with the Mercury energy, which also not only is communication, but could be health, it could be trickster. How your mind works and your reasoning has a lot to do with Mercury. So you could go from trickster to reasoning or being reasonable. Trying to find a link here because the Three of Cups is celebrations. It can be indulgence. It can be parties or happy times, reunions. In the upright with the Cancer energy of communication, could be reunions coupled with the trickster energy or the secretive energy, the never forgiving energy. The never forgiving and the secretive energy and the trickster energy, those are the ones that actually are popping up right now with me. As the first card out of 3, that's a little disconcerting, isn't it? Because the Three of Cups is healing, and it's compromise, and it's finding a resolution to a problem. It should be festivities. It should be reunions. It could be indulgence. But being ruled by Mercury with the communication, it could be the reasoning based on how your mind works. With the Cancer being an introvert and ruled by the moon, it could have a vivid imagination, or shrewd or secretive. It could also be very caring and affectionate. basically how the mind is reasoning would be the kind of scale on that one. So without like dwelling on that too much, this energy is between June 21st and July 21st, which based on when I'm doing this reading is actually coming up soon. The next card is the Sun, your center card. And the Sun here is in reverse. Now, the Sun in reverse could be canceled plans. Unhappiness or loneliness are very strong with the Sun in reverse. Your expectations might be unrealistic. Now, I don't have a comfort level with this, but in reverse, the Sun energy would include abortions or miscarriage. And I need to mention this, just like any other topic that might be uncomfortable, with the solar energy. The solar energy, you have the willpower to change anything in your life. The solar energy basically says you have the power to change anything in your life. And you have the Sun energy for the Sun card. But the Sun card is in reverse, so the definitions of the Sun card would basically also be in reverse. It has to do with your identity or your ego. So maybe you're having a little bit of a self-confidence issue. It has to do with your creativity, which also is upside down. Practical matters with the house, upside down. Your potential is very good with the Sun card, but in reverse, upside down. It sounds to me that with the Sun energy in reverse, that you're maybe not feeling very confident about things. You might have potential, but you're not feeling very confident about things. That would make sense. Unrealistic in your expectations. Connection to your practical matters associating with the house. You have expectations. You know how you want things to be, but you're being a little unrealistic. That would fit right in that box. You have potential. Maybe you're gifted. But you've hit a little spot of energy where you're not feeling a lot of confidence. And we all know what would boost up confidence. What boosts up your confidence? Well, if you're an extrovert, what would boost up your confidence? Celebrations? Reunions? Festivities? That would be the Three of Cups. What would boost up your self-confidence? Finding some kind of fulfillment or a satisfactory result. That would boost up your confidence. But then we come into this center card here, and it's in reverse, and it's going, okay, well, yeah, you're not having a lot of enthusiasm right now. Your expectations have been maybe a little unrealistic. It definitely has to do with your ego. Now, we're not going to go hypothetical on maybe this happened or maybe that happened, because I could go forever on that one. But you know what? If it's your ego, the Sun card, the way you express yourself, your identity. Oh, okay, that's a big one there. Your identity in reverse. Oh my. Normally, you get a big ego, you know who you are, you know you're good at something, but you know what? In reverse, your identity or your ego could be feeling just a little lacking. That does not mean that you do not have skill. That does not mean that you do not have a very good reason to be proud of yourself or to have a big giant ego. I mean, making your head so big that you find it difficult to walk through the door. We have just hit a little spot of energy on this particular little period of time. To remind you with the energy that it doesn't last forever. We watch this reading and the energy is spot on and you resonate with it. Do not worry yourself. The energy from a reading will only last for about a week. And something will surely happen to change the way you feel, because these emotions are inner emotions. And with the Cancer from the Three of Cups, the energy is sensitive. And you're hiding under a little shell. Maybe you're being secretive about the way you feel. Or you might be dealing with somebody who's shrewd. Or you might think that you've been really shrewd about something. But the sensitivity energy of the Cancer and the reasoning of how your mind works with that Mercury. Always keeping in mind that that Mercury could also be a trickster, and maybe that's you or maybe that's somebody that you're dealing with. But when we got to the Sun, we ran into a lack of enthusiasm. We ran into a situation where we're not feeling the confidence level, and we're maybe thinking that we're unrealistic a little bit. Our ego has definitely taken a hit. Practical matters associating with the house. That is actually the one that's sticking out, because you know everybody is worried about their home. You all want to be proud of your home. Your ego can completely be connected to the pride that you take into your home, or how hard you work for the stability of putting together your palace, your little piece of achievement. But you're feeling a lack of enthusiasm here, or maybe you're feeling that you've been a little unrealistic on anything that's connected to, you know, your ego, and you take pride in your home. Taking pride in your home has to do with upkeep, and it also includes repair. I don't see finance here. I don't see finance here. I'm sorry. So I'm not going to weave that possibility into the story. That is just going to keep on going on because I don't know how to stop it. And I do apologize. I don't see a finance in this first two cards at all. What I see is sadness. What I see is oppression and maybe a lack of enthusiasm. What I see is the Cancer energy and the Mercury energy. Is a sensitive, hiding under the shell, kind of combined with how a mind is reasoning or looking at. Well, it could be looking at. And it could be how somebody else is looking at. Okay? We are communicating. Well, it takes two people to communicate, right? Does it not? Okay. This Mercury energy also would include health. Not to draw any circles around anything. I don't know what your individual situation is. But you're being unrealistic here. Your ego has maybe taken a little bit of a hit. You might have had a lot of potential. You might have had a big giant fat head, a great ego, very creative. You knew who you were, and you hit a little minute there. The energy is not going to last forever. We are entering eclipse season. I believe tomorrow, when I'm doing this read, I'm not giving the date here, but the solar eclipse or the new moon, Aries, and a solar eclipse energy is going to be a big hit, and we're moving like into Taurus soon. There's going to be like a little bit of shift there. As energies of eclipses can be very hard, so I am thinking, since I'm reading this, that this is an energy that's temporary, that has affected your sensitive side. It has to do with communication, so maybe you had a conversation, just hypothetically, with somebody, okay? How they are reasoning is not on the same page with how you are reasoning. Something has touched the sensitive side of how you're feeling and your identity, who you are, how proud you have been about your achievement, maybe have been overshadowed by this energy. It's temporary. Our third card for the reading, because we don't want to go on and on, I tend to do that, is the Judgment card in reverse. Judgment is delays or disappointment, which would go straight up with this unrealistic. Maybe you do have plans. Maybe you have every intention of fulfilling all of those plans, but maybe there's been a little bit of a delay in actually following through with some of it. There's a little disappointment because of delays. Maybe you failed to face some facts, or maybe you didn't have all the facts and you're just running across things that have caused a delay. Well, we all need to do our homework first when we make plans, right? Now, in reverse, the Judgment can be a theft energy. And I know that the Seven of Swords is the theft, or it means several things. But in reverse, the Judgment card is the theft energy. It can be alienation of affections. Okay, and I will redefine the theft energy, because from what I've learned in the tarot, that does not necessarily automatically mean money, which is the first assumption that most of us make. It can be the theft of your time. It could be the theft of your creative ideas. It could be the theft of your health. Well, you don't think of somebody stealing your health. Well, you know what? You run out of time. You're getting older. You didn't get everything done. You're starting to get sick. Well, you can feel like, hey, you took a loss there. Somebody, it's just not right. You should have 30 or 40 more years. I mean, look at this person who's got 15 years on you, and they're running circles around the neighborhood, and you can barely get out of bed. Okay, theft is an energy that can be applied to a number of things. Now, with the Judgment in reverse, self-doubt is sticking out like a sore thumb. And the sun here in reverse mentions the ego, deflated in some way. So where you have potential, or you're very gifted, or you're very proud, or whatever, you've hit a little bit of moment there with your ego has been slightly deflated. And here the judgment in reverse is saying self-doubt, maybe malicious gossip, maybe unwillingness to learn a karmic lesson. Because if you were put through a situation where you should have learned a lesson and maybe you took it the wrong way, it is a matter of how your mind reasons with the information that you're processing. So maybe a lesson was put in front of you and you didn't quite actually get it the first, second, or third time around. That would be the judgment in reverse. You didn't pick up on what that lesson was supposed to be. And maybe, well, from what I heard, if you didn't learn the lesson, you're going to come around again, either during this life or in your next life. And that lesson, that karmic lesson, the energy is going to be presented to you again. But it's really, really hard to see something as a lesson. I mean, the regular course of just getting through the day. You have self-doubt, though. You've got an ego situation that has been possibly deflated. You're sensitive to some kind of communication. And to be honest with you, if you're sensitive to some kind of communication here, and the judgment in reverse is shouting malicious gossip, maybe you were unaware of some kind of malicious gossip and you're just now catching on. Or maybe you were assuming that there is something like that going on and you're doubting yourself. Or you're doubting your decisions. I don't know, you could take it either way. It's kind of an open with the energy, it's very open. Now the judgment in reverse is Pluto. Now I've heard a lot about Pluto being like, I think it's going retrograde, and for about 6 more months it will be stepping out of the picture, but right now it's pretty strong. And for the next 2 years we're going to hear a lot about it. I don't do the planets as well, to be honest. Definitions I throw out about the planets are probably something that somebody else wrote down in a book. Now the Pluto energy is the slowest moving planet. This one I memorized. It's slow moving, around and around and around it goes. It's one of the slowest, which is why it has been defined as a long-term generational impact energy. The reason I'm pointing this out is because decisions that you make with this kind of energy is not only going to affect you, but generationally, your family, the next generation, or even the one following that. Long-term generational is the one that I like the best out of all of its change. But with the Pluto energy, it says change with upheaval. Not a great thing to have at the very tail end with the 3 cards, because like I said, tomorrow we are having an eclipse. We're entering the eclipse season. This is overcoming obstacles, but in reverse, it means there are obstacles you haven't overcome, can't overcome, or are having doubts about being able to overcome. So you're having doubts. You're having doubts about being able to overcome these obstacles. Your ego has been somewhat deflated. There might be malicious gossip that you caught onto. Well, that's never a really good thing. There might be a failure to face facts. With the sun also in reverse, there's sadness. Lack of enthusiasm, the ego has been definitely taking a hit on this one. And where there should be reunions, there should be festivities and happy times. And this is also a healing energy. It's also a Cancer energy. It's also a Mercury energy. And Cancer can be sensitive, and Mercury can be communication. So you could be sensitive to communication that you've received. You could be sensitive to communication you have not received. It all depends on how you're reasoning this in your head. And your feelings from this first card, this Three of Cups, you're not telling anybody about how you feel about this situation. Whatever it is, you're being very secretive about this because your ego has possibly taken a little bit of a hit, and you're not sharing these feelings with very many. We're talking malicious gossip has come into your ears. You caught wind of something negative here. We're talking gossip. Oh, this is gossiping too. They both have that energy. Where it should be reunions. Should be reunions. We're talking sensitive communication. My guess, hypothetical, I mean, you can take this if it resonates or not. I know, spot on. The communication wasn't actually something that happened. Your sensitive energy from the Cancer, and your communication, which is something that didn't happen, which caused your ego to be deflated to a certain extent. Your disappointment. Your canceled plans. Your unrealistic expectations. Has led to some kind of self-doubt. And there might be in that energy a little bit of unwillingness to learn or see this as a karmic lesson. The energy is long-term. The energy generational. And the change in this energy with the Judgment in reverse is by upheaval. And you have overcoming obstacles if the Judgment were upright, but with it not being upright, the obstacles have not been overcome. And the energy is illumination and elimination. Long-term, generational. Now the energy of this read, like I said, even with the eclipse being tomorrow, the new moon energy of Aries, the solar eclipse season, I'm not quite sure how many of those we have, but we're getting started with that. With the rune card, the mystery of regeneration is through death. The rune of the artist, the craftsman, and the magician. the flame, the convalescent. So this is an energy of convalescing. The artistic ability, or the craftsman, the magician, which is communication, the convalescing. This is timeless energy for today. Tomorrow is a new moon. I'm not incorrect. I am not really good with the astronomy part. I mean, I watch it a lot. It's very confusing. It's very involved. So, if you resonate with this, we are moving into a new moon. We are moving into an eclipse. And this is the timeless energy for today. If you do not resonate, please do not make it yours. Feel free to check out any of my other videos, and you have a nice day.